Today, we're diving into a really fascinating ancient text, the Saṅkhārupapattisutta. And honestly, it reads like a cosmic instruction manual for your mind. It puts forward this pretty radical idea, one that you might even recognize in modern concepts like the power of intention. The core idea? That the universe you experience next is a direct result of the thoughts you're cultivating right now. Okay, let's get into it. So this text basically just drops this huge question on us. What if your mind isn't just passively watching the world go by? What if it's the actual architect of your future reality? I mean, is it really possible that your thoughts, when you focus them, can literally build the world you're going to inhabit next?
Well, the sutta says, yes, exactly that. It's kind of like an ancient version of what we might call focused visualization, or even the law of attraction. The idea is that our mind, through a really powerful, sustained intention, creates a blueprint for our future. And this isn't just wishful thinking. Nope, it's laid out as a very precise, almost predictable process.
The key term we need to know here is Saṅkhārupapatti. Now let's break that down. In the original Pali, saṅkhāra is all about your aspirations, your intentions, your will. And upapatti means rebirth or coming into being. So, the title itself really just spells it all out for us. Rebirth according to your aspirations. And the text gives us a clear formula for how this whole incredible process is supposed to work.
And here's that formula. This is the engine that drives the entire thing. It all starts with cultivating 5 essential qualities inside yourself. Once you've got that foundation rock solid, then you can direct your mind with focused intention toward a specific destination. So, let's break down that first part of the equation, because it's absolutely crucial. So, what are these 5 essential qualities? Well, you can think of them as the bedrock, right? The foundation upon which any powerful intention has to be built. Without them, the mind just doesn't have the stability and clarity it needs to really shape its own future.
Okay, first up is saddha. This is a deep, unwavering confidence in the path. It's the fuel for your practice. Second, we have sila, which is all about living an ethical life. That creates a stable, calm foundation for your mind. Third is sutta, which is more than just hearing the teachings. It's about truly understanding them, letting them sink in. Fourth is chaga, a spirit of really radical generosity and the practice of letting go. And finally, there's panya. That's the penetrating wisdom that lets you see things exactly as they are, without any delusion.
So, once a person has really established these 5 qualities, they can start to aim higher. The text lays out this kind of cosmic ladder, a whole hierarchy of possible rebirths you can aspire to, starting with the best possible lives right here on Earth.
The very first rung on this ladder is a fortunate human rebirth. By building up those 5 qualities and focusing your mind, you could aspire to be reborn among influential families. Powerful nobles, respected spiritual leaders, people who are wealthy, held in high esteem, and have a lot of influence. But why stop there, right? From that first step, our aspirations can literally reach for the heavens. The text describes this whole series of celestial realms, and each one is more blissful and lasts longer than the one before it. These are the worlds of the devas, these radiant beings, where life is just filled with pleasure and beauty. And as you can see, there's quite a variety of options. But even beyond those amazing realms are the Brahma worlds. Now we're getting into states of existence that are way more subtle, way more powerful and radiant. The beings here aren't really described as having physical bodies, but more like concentrations of pure, luminous energy.
And I love this part because of the imagery they use. I mean, how do you describe something so sublime? To paint a picture of a Brahma world, the text uses this beautiful simile. It's not just talking about a place, it's describing a state of being that is luminous, perfectly clear, and just radiant.
And to illustrate the next level up, it gets even more brilliant. For an even higher Brahma world, the simile becomes even more radiant. It's like pure gold, perfected in a furnace by a master craftsman. You can see the metaphor, right? It's like a mind that's been perfected by practice, just shining with its own inner light.
So you can see a really clear progression happening here. We start in the tangible, physical human realms that are all about form and sensation. Then we move up through the more subtle, radiant deva worlds. And finally, we're heading towards states of existence that are just pure consciousness, with no form at all. So let's talk about those highest levels of conditioned existence. These are the formless realms. This is where being isn't defined by a body or any kind of shape, but by these boundless states of pure, unadulterated consciousness.
These are the absolute peaks of the cosmic ladder. And they are incredibly subtle, abstract states of being that are, well, they're almost impossible to describe. We're talking about pure states of awareness, dwelling in infinity, in nothingness, and in a state that's beyond even perception itself. Wild stuff.
But then, right at the very end, after laying out this entire incredible map of the cosmos, the text pulls a stunning plot twist. It basically asks, what if the goal isn't just to climb to a higher rung on the ladder? What if the real goal is to get off the ladder completely? So, here's the crucial distinction. One goal is about winning the game of existence, getting a better, longer, more blissful life inside the cycle. But the other goal is about stepping off the playing field altogether, achieving a permanent freedom that is beyond all worlds and all states of being.
And this is the final instruction. The monk who has the same 5 qualities we talked about, confidence, virtue, learning, generosity, and wisdom, doesn't point their mind to any other world. Instead, they turn their intention inward, to the complete extinguishing of the asava. And the asava are these deep-seated mental taints or fermentations, things like greed, hatred, and delusion, that are the very fuel for the entire cycle of rebirth.
The Buddha then makes this final, incredibly powerful declaration in Pali. These are the words that cap the entire teaching, and they shift the focus away from all possible futures and onto the freedom that's available right here, in this very moment.
Its translation is simple, it's direct, and it's profound. This monk is not reborn anywhere. And this isn't presented as some kind of failure, it's the ultimate success. It's the end of striving for better and better states, and the attainment of a final, unshakable peace.
And that just leaves us with a final question to think about. This text maps out entire universes that we can build with our own intention, but it also suggests that maybe the greatest power of the mind isn't to build a more beautiful cage, but to realize a freedom that doesn't need a destination at all. So what then is ultimate freedom?